Another important video on vapor absorption cycle and that the maximum COP for the vapor absorption cycle is written as COP maximum is written as COP Carnot multiplied by efficiency Carnot. COP maximum is written as COP Carnot multiplied by efficiency Carnot, or COP maximum can also be written as TE upon TC minus TE multiplied by TG minus TA upon TG, where TA temperature at which QA is discharged in the absorber. QA heat is being discharged in the absorber. TE is the evaporator temperature, TC is the condenser temperature, TG is the generator temperature, and TA the temperature with which QA discharge in the absorber. Now one numerical is there, very simple numerical and very interesting also. In a vapor absorption refrigeration system, heating, cooling and refrigeration take place at a temperature of 100 degree, 20 degree and minus 5 degree respectively. Find the maximum COP of the system. You have seen that the maximum COP formula is given like this: TE upon TC minus TE, another bracket, TG minus TA upon TG. So all the values are given. First they will have to be changed into Kelvin. TG, it is given 100 plus 273, 373. Then TC, that is the condenser, 20, 273, that is 293. And TE minus 5, 273, 268. So we have got all the temperatures. Now the COP can be, we know that the maximum COP is TE upon TC minus TE, TG minus TC upon TG. All the temperatures are calculated. 268 upon 293 minus 268 and 373 minus 293 upon 373. We get the answer 2.3. Okay. Another numerical. These are all vapor absorption numerical. In an absorption type refrigeration, the heat is supplied to ammonia generator by condensing steam at 2 bar and 90 degree dryness fraction, 90% dryness. The temperature in the refrigerator is to be maintained at minus 5 degree centigrade. Find the maximum COP possible. If the refrigeration load is 20 tons and actual COP is 70% of the maximum COP, then find the mass of the steam required per hour. Take temperature of the atmosphere at 30 degrees centigrade. So given, what are the given? Pressure 2 bar, X dryness fraction 90%, 0.9, evaporator temperature minus 5 plus 273, that is 268, Q 20, that is load 20. Then actual COP is 70% of the maximum COP, and TC condenser temperature 30 degree, 30 plus 273. Okay. From the steam table, we find that saturation temperature of the steam at a pressure of 2 bar is TG 120 degree centigrade. From the steam table it has been found out. Then plus 273 to 393.2. Now maximum COP again, we know the formula: TE upon TC minus TE and TG minus TC upon TG. Keep putting all the values over there, we get 1.756. That is the answer. Now mass of the steam required per hour. We know that actual COP is 70% of the maximum COP. So 0.7 into 1.756, that is 1.229. actual heat supplied, that is refrigeration load upon actual COP. Refrigeration load 20 into 210 divided by 1.229, and that gives 3417.4 kilojoule per minute. Assuming that only latent heat of steam is used for heating purpose, therefore from steam table the latent heat of steam at 2 bar is HFG, latent heat always represented by HFG, 2201.6 kilojoule per kg. The mass of the steam required per hour, actual heat supplied upon HFG. Actual heat you have already calculated, 3417.4, 3417.4 divided by your HFG latent heat. So we get 1.552 kg per minute. That is equal to, if you multiply it per, this is per minute, you have to change it in hour. So 1.552 into 60 equal to 93.12 kg per hour. Okay. So this numerical also very short numerical but interesting numerical. Now one very important numerical, it has been asked in your examination also earlier for the BTech student UPTU. In a aqua ammonia absorption refrigeration system of 10 TR, capacity is given 10 TR, the vapor leaving the generator are 100% pure ammonia saturated at 40 degrees centigrade. The evaporator, absorber, condenser and generator temperature are minus 20, 30, 40 and 70 degrees centigrade respectively. At absorber exit strong solution, absorber exit strong solution comes out from the absorber. The concentration of ammonia is in solution is X is equal to 0.38 and enthalpy H is equal to 22 kg per kg, kilojoule per kg. At generator exit, weak solution X is 0.1 and H 695 kilojoule per kg. Then first what we have to find out, determine the mass flow rate of ammonia in the evaporator. Next, carry out overall mass conservation and mass conservation of ammonia in absorber. 2. Determine mass flow rate of weak and strong solution. Then determine the heat rejection in absorber and condenser. And fourth, heat added in generator. And finally COP. So this numerical is important one. Now let us solve it. This is the ammonia, water. Ammonia is refrigerant and water is your absorbent. Okay. So Q is given load 10 TR. T6. Now we will refer to the sketch of ammonia vapor, ammonia water refrigeration system, and we will go to the sketch. Sketch is here. It is over here. Sketch is the generator, absorber, condenser and evaporator. This is the most general form of the ammonia water refrigeration system. Numerical is based on this system only. So it is given that T6 is 40 degrees centigrade. T6 is 40 degrees centigrade. Let us find out. It is coming out from the generator. It is coming out from the generator T6. Then TE is minus 20 and TA is 30. TE, that is the evaporator temperature. Evaporator temperature TE minus 20. TA, absorber temperature 30. TC, condenser temperature 40. And TG, generator temperature 70. Then X2 is equal to X3 is equal to 0.38. That is the your dryness fraction 0.38. H2 is equal to H3 is equal to 22. X4 is equal to X5 is equal to 0.1. H4 is equal to H5 is equal to 695 kilojoule per kg. The aqua ammonia absorption refrigeration system is shown in the figure. From the pH diagram, we find the enthalpy of saturated ammonia vapor at 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. पीएच डायग्राम, अमोनिया का पीएच डायग्राम होता है जिससे कि हमने एंथैल्पी नोट किया. दैट इज H6 इज इक्वल टू दिस मच 1473 किलोजूल पर केजी. देन enthalpy of saturated ammonia liquid 40 degree पर H7 is equal to Hg is equal to 372 kilojoule per kg. Then and enthalpy of saturated ammonia vapor at -20 H1 is equal to 1420 kilojoule per kg. Mass flow rate of ammonia in the evaporator. Evaporator, where is the evaporator? Here, it is here, over here. Mass flow rate is taken. This is the simple sketch of the vapor ammonia water absorption system. Evaporator is here. Then 8 is entering and 1 is going to the absorber. So mass flow rate M1, which is going to the absorber. Okay, M1, that is given by 210 QE evaporator load H1 minus H8. H1 minus H8. You see in the evaporator, H1 minus H1 is this one and H8 is this one. H1 minus H8. Okay. So from this we can make the calculation. 210 into 10 load is given and H1 minus H8 is given. We get 22 kg per minute. That is the M1 mass flow rate in the evaporator. Now each individual has been shown over here. Absorber, what are the entering and what are the going out. Then generator, ammonia is going out and here weak solution is going out and strong solution is entering inside. Then condenser, high pressure ammonia vapor entering, liquid ammonia going out and the heat rejected to the atmosphere. Then evaporator, low pressure ammonia is going out, liquid ammonia is coming and heat is absorbed over here. Evaporator में heat absorbed होता है. So mass flow rate of weak and strong solution, M4 and M2, mass flow rate of weak strong solution. We are dealing with the mass flow rate of weak and strong solution. So considering the overall mass flow rate ammonia in the absorber में देखेंगे absorber हमारा कहाँ है. Absorber here it is. Okay, absorber में 1 is coming out, 2 is going out and 5 is coming in. 3 things are there. Okay, so we have got absorber over here. 1 is coming inside, 2, 3 is going out and 4, 5 is coming. So M4 and M2, mass flow rate of weak and strong solution, M4 and M2. Then we have got, considering the overall mass flow balance of ammonia in the absorber, that will be given by M1 plus M4 is equal to M2. M1 plus M4, M1 is coming in, M4 is going out, is equal to M2, which is going out. So then we have got, and considering the material balance of ammonia in the absorber, material balance, that is dryness fraction M1 into X1 plus M4 into X4 is equal to M2 into X2 is equal to M1 plus M4 into X2, because M2 is M1 plus M4. So arranging all these things, we can get the value of M4, calculate it, arranging all the things. Ammonia vapor, X1 is 1, keeping it 1, M1 ammonia vapor. Then we can calculate the value of M4. We have calculated M4, we can find out M2, that is M1 plus M4, and we get 7636 kg per minute per minute. That is the value of M2. So we know now M2 is known, M4 is known and M1 is known. Okay, M1 earlier we have calculated, M1 is known. So next, heat rejected in the absorber and condenser. Considering energy balance for the absorber, the heat rejected to the atmosphere or cooling water, atmosphere or cooling water, heat rejected to atmosphere or cooling water. QA is equal to, that is being condenser, absorber. QA is equal to, you can see that absorber here, generator absorber. QA is equal to heat is being rejected outside, heat is being rejected, so QA is equal to M1H1 plus M4H4 minus M2H2. Okay, M1H1 is going in, M4H4 is going in, and H2 is going out. So QA is equal to M1H1 plus M4H4 minus M2H2. Writing down all the values, 2 into H1 is known, M4 is known, and that your H4 is known, and M2 is known, and your H2 is known. We can calculate and we can get the value 6589 kilojoule per minute. Similarly, heat rejected from the condenser. Now condenser, what is happening in condenser? Let us see. Condenser, that is 6 is coming in and 7 is going out. 6 is coming in, 7 is going out. Heat rejected is QC. So QC is equal to M6 H6 minus S7. We know M6 S6 also known, H7 also known, और M6 is given 2. M6 की वैल्यू हमें 2 दी हुई है. ओके, सो M6 की वैल्यू जब 2 दी हुई, M6 इज योर equivalent to M1. M6 is equivalent to M1 because M6 कंडेंसर में जो हमारा हाई प्रेशर अमोनिया M6 आ रहा है कंडेंसर में. तो if you will see the previous figure here, ammonia M6 is coming, and that is that ammonia which is being generated as M1, it is equivalent to that. So M6 is equal to M1. Next, that fluid, that heat added in generator, considering energy balance for generator, heat added in the generator is QG. generator में QG हो गया, that is M4H4 plus M6H6 minus M3H3. generator, we will get the generator. 2, 3 is coming in, 6 is going out, and 5 is going out. So M4H4 into M6H6 minus M3H3. Putting all the values, M4, then H4, and M6H6 and M3H3 we get calculated. Here M3 is equal to M2 and H3 is equal to H2. So calculating all these value, we get 6695 kilojoule per kg answer. Next is your COP. So COP can be given as QE upon QG, 10 into 210 upon 6695, and that will give 0.3137 answer. So all the values have been calculated over here, which was been asked one by one. We have done determining the mass flow rate of the ammonia in the evaporator. We have done it. Carry out overall mass conservation and mass conservation of ammonia to absorber to determine mass flow rate of weak and strong solution. Then determine the heat rejected in absorber and condenser, and finally heat added in generator, and then COP. All the values have been calculated. Now the next thing which I would like to discuss over here, that is your lithium bromide absorption refrigeration system. Lithium bromide, we have got in lithium bromide, we have got 2 vessels. Now I'd like to explain you 2 vessels, lithium bromide absorption system. You can see the whole sketch. This upper part is generator, one tube is there, one vessel is there, and lower part is your evaporator. In generator we have got condenser and generator, assembled in one unit, and in absorber we have got evaporator and absorber assembled in another unit. Now what is happening exactly? Cooling water arrangement is there, because in absorber heat is being generated, so cooling water is being sent, and this cooling water again is being sent to the condenser also in the absorber. So when heating is going, now I am going to start it. When heating is going on in the generator of the strong solution, weak solution which is coming from the absorber. In absorber what exactly happening, that we have got the ammonia and water, and ammonia is absorb the water, highly absorbent, then pump it and send weak solution form to the generator. Here now in generator what exactly happening, it heating arrangement is there, so that weak solution which is coming from the absorber through the heat exchanger get concentrated, and water particles goes up. Those water particles when goes up, they are getting condensed in the condenser, because the cool water line is there. This water condensed, and this condensed water is sent, because the pressure is high in your generator than the absorber, so this condensed water is passing through the pressure reducing valve to evaporator in the absorber. What happen in evaporator? Because the pressure is low, so the water get evaporated over here, and we that water is being again recirculated so many times and sprayed from the top, so further evaporation take place and the water get cooled over here. Another pipeline with low temperature is fitted in the evaporator, which comes high temperature pipeline which is fitted in the evaporator, and low temperature water comes out. Now what happens when this water is being evaporated over here, then then water is there, then ammonia which is already here get absorbed with the water, and dilute solution is being made over here. Now that strong solution from the generator, it is being passed on through the heat exchanger to the evaporator top, and it is being sprayed from here. When it is being sprayed, it absorbs the water which is sprayed, which is there, and the solution is being made ready for the dilute solution is being made ready, which is pumped again to the generator. So heat exchanger is there, because a strong solution which is coming from the generator, and weak solution which is going from the absorber, though both are heat exchanges there. Now what is the benefit of that? The main benefit is that heat which is being supplied over here through the heating coil, it reduces, because of the heat exchanger it reduces. So we can discuss it also. The water for air conditioning coil or process requirement is chilled, as it is pumped through the chilled water tube in the evaporator by giving up heat to the refrigerant water sprayed over the tube. Since the pressure inside the evaporator is maintained very low, therefore I have told you that the pressure over here is almost vacuum and pressure here is high, so there is difference of pressure between the generator and evaporator. That's why when the water which comes from condenser over here through the pressure releasing valve, it immediately get evaporated over here, and evaporation creates cooling effect. So cooling effect, that external pipe is fitted over here, high temperature pipe, and that is being cooled, and it is being sent back in the low temperature region. Evaporator, absorber, lower side, that is the mixture of ammonia and water dilute solution, and generator, lower side, that is the mixture of ammonia and water but concentrated solution. Here it is concentrated because it is being heated over here, and water vapor goes up, so the remaining part, that is lithium bromide and ammonia, lithium bromide and water, though both the things get concentrated. In lithium bromide and water, that lithium bromide works as a absorbent and water works as a refrigerant. See, water is being used as a refrigerant over here in lithium bromide cycle. This is very unique thing, but the temperature never goes below zero or zero, because sooner we go to the zero, the water will start vaporizing, freezing, and it will choke the line. So this lithium bromide and water system of refrigeration, vapor absorption system, it is used only for the very high capacity, 1000 tons or even more than that, not lower TR. For higher TR we go for the lithium bromide and water refrigeration system. That's all. Thank you.